Welcome back. We're about to head out into the backyard, so I thought that I'd just start the video here. Joe, what are we doing?
We're finalizing the duck coop. It is ready.
What are you gonna do to finalize it?
I have got to get a special lock for the door so that we can feel good about it being safe. And then we've got to put the duck chips in. Duck
chips is basically sawdust.
Pine shavings?
Pine shavings. So I went to the farm store today and got 5 giant bags of pine shavings. So we're gonna put those into the main part, and then we're gonna set up their sleeping coop with the nesting pads and everything. And is tonight gonna be their first night in the coop?
Yeah.
Tonight's gonna be their first night in the new coop. For the past, what has it been? About 8 months, they've been sleeping in our garden shed, basically. Like, we set it up into a nice sort of duck coop situation. And then during the day, they play in the grass and go in their mobile coop. But this is a lot better and more permanent of a situation. So they're graduating out of the garden shed officially today. Yeah. Okay, but first, let's bring it back to the month of December. Here's me doing my weekly duck coop garden shed scoop out. This is also the month that we officially broke ground on the new duck coop. All right, give us an update.
I am setting things up so that we can pour concrete and get the post legs in.
How many post legs are we gonna have?
10.
Whoa.
Yes.
And does that just basically hold the structure up?
Hopefully. Yeah, no. These are going to be the legs, and then there's going to be posts that come out.
How tall do you think the duck coop is going to end up being?
I think about 8 feet tall.
I love that we're going to be able to walk into it, because the duck coop at our old house, we couldn't. We had to like bend.
I know. Well, we
pretty
had
far
to,
down.
almost like
Crawl.
You couldn't go inside the coop.
Yeah. So every single weekend since the month of December, Joe has been working so hard on the duck coop. And meanwhile, Sunny and I have been working on little garden things here and there. So one of which that I'm really excited about is drying out Sunny's zinnias from last summer and saving the seeds. All right, what are we starting on?
We are starting to fill up these post holes.
It is concrete day. Concrete day.
Turning. Oh yeah.
She does everything with us. I'm scooping out this compost. I wouldn't say it's fully composted yet, but I am running out of space in my composter. Rain or shine, all 3 of us were out there every weekend. Joe continued to work on the duck coop, and Sunny and I did various garden tasks. It was so cool using my compost for the first time. How's it going? Super rainy day today. How's duck coop building going?
Wet.
All right, but this is what we're looking at now. But as always, the sun came back, and I've missed gardening so much this winter because I've really just let everything go until spring. So as soon as we started having some warmer days, I started planting some parsley and kale. Nothing too serious because I want to save all my gardening energy for spring. But I also started some onions and Swiss chard. I never wanted Joe to just be out there alone on the weekends, so I really took this time to just spend quality time with both Sunny and Joe in the garden, starting random little projects here and there.
Here she comes forever, yeah. It's my darling.
Okay, so that gives a little bit more behind the scenes of what has gone into this duck coop over the past few months. So let's hop back to present day. So this is where the ducks have been sleeping since we moved into this house, and we're actually going to demolish this whole thing because we don't love the look of it and it takes up a lot of good garden space. But we've just been waiting for a more permanent duck solution before knocking this down. There's a couple days this week that are gonna be 90 degrees here, so it really feels like not only spring is in the air, but summer is in the air. And also, since daylight savings happened, the nights are so much lighter. Probably almost 5:30 and it still feels like completely light outside. I planted basil this weekend, and if you see all these holes, the ducks are being naughty and trying to get to my basil already. All right, here's some sneak peeks of the new duck coop. We've got porthole windows. And the lighting's not great right now, so I'll try to show it in the sun tomorrow morning as well. Ducks are very wet and messy, so in this new coop we have...
Like it's on drain rock with sand on top, so that the water will percolate into the ground really well and not get all muddy and stinky. There's essentially no mud.
Did you hear that? And then we're gonna put the pine shavings on top of that so that the water basically gets sucked down deep instead of just pooling there. So this is where the new coop is the shed that we're gonna tear down, and I might do some in-ground gardening over there. I'm taking some nesting pads out. Ducks naturally in the wild create nests out of sticks and leaves and things like that. Sunny's playing with the wrapper. We use these nesting pads. Both chickens and ducks use them, but it's really sweet because our ducks create a nest out of these. So they start as a square, and then I'll go get one that they're already using. It's kind of hard to tell now that I picked it up, but they basically that looks so gross. They basically turn it into a circle nest. So it looks like a bird's nest, and that's where they lay their eggs. It's so nice in here. So this is the sleeping portion of their coop. This is an automatic door that opens at 7 a.m. and allows them to go into the main portion of the coop. Good job, Sals.
Good work, Plucky. That wasn't even that bad. You're gonna be opening this every morning.
Hey, sister!
Looking in the eyes of an honest girl makes me want to do all I can to make for her a wonderful life, and to show her I'm a man she needs my love, love, oh love. She needs my love, love, oh Lord above. She needs my love, love, oh love. Looking in the eyes of an honest girl makes me feel so right. Helps me know that living's good. I sleep in peace at night. She needs my love.
I'm about to make a matcha, and Sunny's finishing up her first nap of the day, and then we're gonna head out and go for a hike. So I thought that I'd bring you guys along on that, but I owe you an update on the ducks in their new coop. So I'll chat about that as I make a matcha. This is my current go-to matcha. It's the everyday organic matcha. I just order it online, and I do a couple scoops of Armra colostrum. Oh, also, this week we have been... No! I just spilled all the matcha, and that's all the matcha I have. I'm so sad. Okay, let's see if we can save some of it. I feel like with lack of sleep, things like this happen so often now. And I was trying to be so good by like saving money and not going out and buying a coffee or matcha, but it looks like we have to go to a coffee shop now. What I was saying was we have been going through a bit of a heat wave in California, which I'm personally not complaining about. I love the heat. Like, dry heat is one of my favorite feelings. It's actually so beautiful out because it's super green, but it's still hot. Whereas in the summer, when it's hot every single day, the hills are brown, which is pretty in its own way. Like, it's a very like golden. I really prefer hiking when it's green and lush outside, but I want to get out there before it gets too hot. The peak of today is 3 p.m. It's going to be 90 degrees, so we need to get out there, but looks like we're stopping for coffee first. Now we just spilled the cup of water. Okay, I need to take a deep breath, and my arm is like through the neck hole. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? All right, I need to recenter myself before I go wake up Sunny, because something I really tried to do is just be my calmest, most stable, secure, calming person around Sunny. But as you can tell right now, I'm a bit scattered. I always want to be that person for Sunny where she just feels very secure and grounded. So I know it's not a big deal to like spill matcha and spill water, but I'm gonna take a couple deep breaths and then go grab Sunny, and then I guess we're heading to a coffee
She
shop.
needs my love, love, oh love. She needs my love, oh Lord above. She needs my love, oh love. There are times I know I shouldn't, but I doubt her. Yet you know she knows I know I couldn't live without her. Then suddenly
Coffee has been secured. I got an iced almond milk latte. I was gonna get a half-calf one, but then I felt like I kind of really needed the extra boost of caffeine. So after walking around in that heat, I don't think it's a good idea for me to take Sunny on a hike. If it was just me, I would be out there. It's just too hot for her to be in the hiking backpack. The temp on my car right now says 97 degrees and it feels about right. So Sunny and I are actually going to head to the coast and we're going to do a beach walk and dunk in the ocean. I wish I had this thought beforehand because I didn't bring any beach stuff with me. We don't have our swimsuits or anything. Luckily though, I have a towel in my back seat. I gotta get moving though so that my car cools down because it is seriously so hot.
looking in the eyes of an honest girl makes me want to do all I can to make for her.
This was definitely the move. Just since getting to the coast, it's dropped 20 degrees. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna put Sunny in just like the front carrier, go for a walk, and then if we get hot enough, we'll just jump in the ocean in what we're wearing.
And suddenly the feeling goes, and the love from within her shows.
Splash, splash, splash. Okay, you know what? Sunny had a good time playing in the sand. We splashed around. I'm putting my running shoes back on and we're gonna go walk over to this pathway that I really like. How to do like a 2-mile speed walk with Sunny on me. I just need to get my shoes on. So we're gonna enjoy the cooler weather down here. I'm really just flying by the seat of my pants today. You know, we're just making decisions as we go.
Looking deep into her soft brown eyes takes all my
Gang's all here. Got the backyard cat. Got the ducks out. I felt so relieved when I arrived home today. I don't know. I think my brain was just moving a little too fast today and I felt just sort of scattered all day long. So it feels so nice to just be home and the ducks are happy. Sunny slept on the drive home. When I'm feeling this way, I definitely like really benefit from writing down what I want to do that day. Even if it's just as simple as writing down that I want to go grocery shopping or I want to go to the gym or things like that. Seeing that structure when I'm feeling overwhelmed is super helpful, and I didn't start my day that way today, and I usually do. And I'm not saying that that's the sole reason why I felt scattered and overwhelmed today. I think I genuinely do have a lot going on right now. Petting the cat. Sunny loves Shadow, the backyard cat. And I think that that will actually be good to vlog tomorrow. I'll show you how I go about a day when I'm in one of these moods of feeling sort of overwhelmed, overstimulated. We're gonna have a get back on track day tomorrow, okay?
And the love from within her shows. Looking deep into her soft brown eyes.
I'm feeling so much better today, and I think it really is more of just a mindset going into this day. Whenever I'm feeling a certain way, I like to be able to put words to it. So I was doing a little bit of research last night, if you will. I think if I want to put a title on that scattered feeling that I've been feeling, it's just mental overload. So I was looking up some tips on how to combat mental overload. One of the tactics that I saw, which sounds so obvious, literally write, first of all, what day of the week it is, what's the date, so that puts your brain into the present moment as you're making your to-do list. So I wrote that. I have Friday on my list. Then another tip that I read is pick 3 to 4 main things that you want to achieve that day. I know that I personally feel my best and I thrive off of productivity, and so if I've not had a productive day, I don't feel good about myself. Sometimes I overload my days of having 10 different things that I want to do, but then if I don't narrow them down, then I get overwhelmed and I either don't do any of them or I do all of them poorly. So I liked this tip of picking 3 to 4 things that you want to achieve that day. So I have the 4 things that I want to achieve today, and then also structuring out my day time-wise. Now this one is a little bit hard as a mom of a baby because you can't fully plan your days down to the minute because you really just can't plan for the events that happen in your day sometimes when you have a baby. But I will say we're going as planned today. So Sunny woke up at 6:30 this morning. For the first 2.5 hours of the day, her and I drank coffee together. We played, we fed the ducks, we did a little like craft activity together. So for that first wake window, the first like 2.5 hours of the day, I have play with Sunny and tidy the house. And so those are the only 2 things that I allowed myself to do during that time. I didn't allow myself to check email or answer texts, or so having just those 2 things that I allowed myself to do during that wake window instead of trying to fit a million things in was super helpful. And then she went down for her nap. So now I have basically an hour and 15 minutes to work. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And then I put work-wise what I want to achieve during this sleep window of hers, and so I know exactly the tasks that I want to achieve work-wise instead of thinking like, oh, I need to do this, I want to do this, I want to respond to this email, I want to do that. I know exactly what I need to do and exactly the amount of time that I have to do it. That's what I'm going to do right now. Then Sunny will wake up and then I'll bring you along for the next wake window. Okay, checking in. I'm packing up my big catch-all bag. I've never been a purse person. I love tote bags. I don't know, is this considered a purse or is it just considered a large bag? But I've been really liking having sort of like a catch-all bag. So when I'm going out for the day, I like to bring this into my car. And then for smaller outings, I use this Land's End canvas tote bag as my diaper bag. This is what I've used basically my entire motherhood journey, which has only been 8 months, but I've used this the whole time. I especially love this front pocket for my phone and wallet and keys. Anyways, I'm packing up the big bag today because, so Joe and I have a little gym set up in our garage, but I have not been to, I don't think I've been to a gym yet since having Sunny. And honestly, going to the gym is something I really enjoy, and so I was like, you know what, I need to start doing things for myself again. It's just really hard, and I'm sure other moms can relate, especially if you don't have family in the area. I'm a full-time mom during the day. We don't have any family around. So recently I got a gym membership. It's not fancy whatsoever. It's just like a community center. But as part of my membership, there's a childcare place. And at first I was a little bit hesitant, just, you know, first time mom anxiety stuff. But I toured it a couple days ago because it's near the pool that we go to. It was so cute. It was perfect. And the childcare room is cute and it's literally right there. Like I can see the door from where I'm gonna be working out. So we're going today. This is gonna be Sunny's first time. So not only is it gonna be my first time going back to the gym in an actual gym setting, so it'll feel really good to get back into sort of like a gym setting. And also Sunny will have some exposure with other kids and other adults. So according to my schedule that I made for today, I want to be leaving here in about 15 minutes. We're gonna go there. I'm gonna work out for about just under an hour, and then we're actually gonna walk over to the pool and we're gonna go swimming. And the job site that Joe is working on is right next to the pool, so he's gonna meet us on his lunch break and he's gonna come swimming with us. I feel like I've probably mentioned it a couple times, but we're having a bit of a heat wave in California. So Joe's been getting so hot at work because he's a carpenter, so he's like building houses like on the roof and everything, and it's so hot out and he's working at the top of a mountain. He's so excited to come to the pool. So we're gonna see Joe halfway through our day. Today is already feeling so much better than yesterday. Sunny did so well. She said that she was just smiling the whole time and had so much fun. Yay! Ready to see Daddy at the pool? Just getting home from the pool and the day is still going as planned. I'm very happy to report. I think I successfully transferred Sunny down. Check the baby monitor. It's now exactly 2 o'clock and I have on my written schedule that Sunny would be napping by 2 o'clock. The pool was so nice. I enjoy it so much, just hanging out there with Sunny, and Sunny has so much fun. Literally gets so tired from the pool. So she had the fun child care at the gym and then also the pool. So she, as soon as I started driving, fell asleep in her car seat. I just transferred her into her room and I think she's gonna stay down for a bit. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to do a full shower and then do my second work session of the day. I'm definitely a to-do list person. I love to see what I have to do in a day and cross it out, but I have to say it has helped so much today to have my to-do list as time chunks. I love when people show what products they're liking recently, so I thought I'd show you my everything shower products. This is my holy grail shampoo and conditioner, and I'm very happy to report that it's like $5 per bottle. It's always on sale at Whole Foods. I've tried all the different scents, but for some reason my hair reacts best to the apple cider vinegar one. But it's pretty clean and natural for the most part. It's zero sulfates, parabens, dyes, phosphates, phthalates. Oh yeah, the brand is Pure Zero. And then recently, face wash wise, I've been using this one, Pharmacy Green Clean. And what I've noticed with my skincare journey, if you watched my videos, I don't know, maybe a year ago, I talked a bit about how I've never had problematic skin until a couple years ago when I used a dermaplane, like one of those little razors, and it created like rashes on both sides of my face or like an infection or something. And then thinking that it was acne or something, and I used a bunch of harsh stripping things on my skin and I basically gave myself cysts on the side of my face. Lesson learned. Be gentle with your skin. So ever since then, my priority has been to be just super gentle with my skin. And so one of the things that I make sure to do is use a cleanser that doesn't foam, and I find that that is a lot less stripping on my skin. I used to literally use honey, like actual honey, as face wash because I found that to just be the only thing that during that time when my skin was super inflamed and sensitive, that was the only thing that I could use to wash my face. But then
My love, oh love, she needs my love, oh Lord above. She needs my love, oh love. Looking in the eye.